Hello everybody, welcome back to the Avery Farm and Homestead. We got a little problem going on the farm today, so come along with me and let me show you what we got happening. Well guys, as you can see here behind me, we've got a live trap. We've got a skunk problem. We woke up real early this morning to a not so good smell, and we're thinking that there is a skunk that has either found a way to get up under our house or is hanging around the house. But that was not a very pleasant smell this morning. So before I come home from work this evening, I stopped by the local Tractor Supply and I picked up a live trap here. So let me show you what we got. It is a county line catch and release animal trap. And as you can see right here, one of the critters that it is able to trap is a skunk. Luckily today I caught this thing on sale, and it's actually got a bonus trap on the inside of it. If you can see here, it's got a smaller trap, and I got these things on sale today, I believe for about $35. So guys, we're going to get this thing unpackaged and get it baited up, and hopefully we will get that little rascal caught. We will bring you along for the journey, and we fully expect that we're probably going to catch some possums and raccoons, because we've got several of those that are hanging around here as well, and they actually need to go too, because they're a nuisance whenever you're raising baby chicks especially. But if they can get into a pen, and those things are very creative on how they can get inside of a chicken coop. So, but anyway, guys, we will bring you along with us over the next few nights as we bait these traps and see what we come up with. As you can see, is a can of tuna. That's what we're going to bait both traps with. The big trap we're going to set out a little ways away from the house. I would like to catch him further away from the house, if at all possible. However, I'm hoping that we can catch him before some of the other nuisance animals that are running around here gets into the trap. So it's going to be a little closer to the house than what I wish it was, but I definitely want to get this thing caught tonight. And then also with the small trap, I'm going to set it inside of my feed house. I've got a pack rat living in there, and we're going to set that trap as well. And I don't know if he's big enough to trigger it, but I'm sure going to give it a try. But yeah, I'll kind of show you how these things work here. I'll show you on the bigger trap here how these work. These got a little lever on the top of it here. You push this in. This is all spring loaded. And when you push it in, this door raises up. And then off to the side here, it's got a little lever. And this lever right here comes down and catches the inside of that door to hold it open. But I always like to push on it just a little bit and make it a little more sensitive about right there. So the way this works is that this can of tuna, I'll set back here in the back of it, and the critter will come into the front door here, and when they get to the back of the trap, they trigger the little lever here, and that door shuts. And when it does, it locks itself to where they can't open it back up. So that's the way both of these traps work. So in case you're ever having any issues out there, I just wanted to share that with you, to give you a general idea of how these little old traps work. Very easy to use. I've used them many years ago growing up on the farm and helping my dad out. My dad, he called these catch 'em alive traps. And so I've got two new catch 'em alive traps. But if you ever have any nuisance animals around your house, I would encourage you to get one of these and give it a try. They're very easy to operate and to set up. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take this out and get it baited up, and hopefully we'll have some luck here after a while. All right, we got them all baited up. And I'll show them to you here. Will be dark here in just a little bit, so hopefully these things will do their job quickly. But I'm going to show you what I got here. So this is a feed shed right here. I keep my feed in those little cans or totes, whatever, bunks, whatever you want to call them there. And you can see I got the trap sitting in here. And then as we walk out here, and guys, I'm serious, this is very close to my house. I hate that because we're probably going to have to deal with the smell once he gets in the trap. However, hopefully with this rain and stuff, that smell will be gone for a while. So as you can see, I went ahead and covered this one on the back side with an old feed bag. I've covered it up so I can kind of keep the tuna dry. That's back there in the back. Let me zoom in here and you can see the little can of tuna sitting in there. So hopefully we'll get these little critters caught tonight and not have to be dealing with these much longer. So if we have some success, I'll bring you back from a distance. I will show you the one in this trap and just show you how successful we are. I'm out here in the little shop building, and I just thought I would bring you guys up to date on the chicks that we've hatched off. These things are really growing well, so let me show them to you. Here they are. They're all resting really nicely, and they're growing really fast. Those little things eat a lot of feed to be so little. And I want to show you guys this right here. My daughter Allie has decided that she wants to put in a garden this year. And so she has her starters already going. Hopefully we're not too early. We got cold weather coming in next week, so we're going to keep these things in here. This is the first time we've tried raising plants underneath a fluorescent light. It's actually worked out really well. We had them covered at first, and it worked like little greenhouses. Now the plants have gotten up so big that we've had to remove the covers, but this has really been neat because we're able to keep them in out of the frost or any of the bad weather or the harsh rains that we've been having. And as you can tell, so far it's been successful. Matter of fact, it's almost to the point to where some of these we're probably going to have to start transplanting here pretty quick because they're going to get too big before we have time to get the garden broke up and disc up and tilled. And then we also have to wait until we know for sure that the frost is over with. So that's going to be the start of our garden this year, guys. We're really excited about it. My little Allie, she has really gotten interested in growing fruits and vegetables. So hopefully the weather's going to cooperate in the coming weeks. And as soon as we are confident that we're not going to have any more frost, we will get these plants in the ground. Of course, before then, I'll be doing some work with the tractor, getting the ground broke up, and with a tiller and a disc and getting it ready to plant. So we're going to bring you guys along for our journey. This will be our first real garden that we've had here on the homestead since we bought it in 2019. Last year, we did buy Allie a raised garden bed, and she was able to grow some tomatoes and squash and cucumbers and a few other things in it, and she just really fell in love with it. So we're going to go a little bigger scale this year and put in an actual garden. So we will bring you along for that journey and just let you see how either successful or how unsuccessful we are at this new adventure. Well, guys, that didn't take long. I just looked out with a light and the trap is already sprung, so I'm fixing to go see what is in there and deal with it accordingly. Good morning, guys. All right, I had an interesting night last night. I'm just going to come back and bring you an update. The trap that is back here behind me, it ended up getting tripped, but there wasn't anything in it. But then on the little one out here that I was expecting to actually get the pack rat in, I actually caught a possum in it. And then while I was out here dealing with him, believe it or not, the skunk stepped out behind the chicken coop. And so I dispatched him as well. So hopefully that's the only skunk that we have out here. I do know that right now is about the time the mating season for skunks. And a lot of times where you find one, you find two. So hopefully we've taken care of the issue here around the house. As you can see over here, here's the one that I dispatched last night. And then I seen another one out here wandering around. So I moved the trap outside after I seen the skunk out here beside the chicken coop. I had second thoughts on trying to trap inside of the feed house because I didn't know how I would deal with the skunk if I caught one inside of it. So I did move the trap outside. So all in all, the first night was a success of removing nuisance animals from right here off the farm. So we got one possum and one skunk, and then we will reset these traps this evening. And then I'll bring you more updates throughout the weekend to see what all we catch here. So stay tuned. Well, guys, it's the second evening. I've got the traps all baited up and set. I've actually moved the one that I had right behind the house. Now that I think that we've got the skunk situation taken care of, I've moved the traps all out here by the feed house and around the chickens with hopes of catching some more tonight. So here's the first trap. You can see I got it set up here. I've got it covered up on the back again just to try to make them feel a little more comfortable about going inside of it. They're coming up right out of these woods right here is where they're coming out of. And then also right over here we got the second one. And got it baited up and ready. And then I've got a foot trap right over here for raccoons. All right, so here's the third trap that I'm gonna set. I've caught several raccoons over the last couple of years with this trap, so I'm gonna get it baited up as well. I bait it with marshmallows and grape jelly, and that seems to do the trick. The way this works is a raccoon takes his front paw and sticks it right down into this hole right here and tries to grab the marshmallows out of it. And when he does, he trips it, and this trap locks down on his legs. So I'll get all of these baited up and get everything set up, and then I'll come out and check them a couple hours after dark. I'll make sure and carry my phone with me this time and kind of show you what we got if we get anything. So, well, guys, that didn't take long. We've already got another possum. Let me show you what we got here. There the pesky little critter is. He's a big one too. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of this rascal and then get this trap set, and hopefully we'll still be able to catch something else tonight. Well, everyone, I think we can go ahead and wrap up the trapping video. We ended up catching 2 possums, and then we also got rid of the skunk problem. So hopefully no more skunks for a while. So thank you guys for once again coming along and joining us right here on the farm. And remember to come back next time to escape the ordinary and enjoy the farm life.